Announcer Joe Gorman for today's starting lineups. Joe?
Today's starting lineups for the Clayton Clippers. Senior, number 48, Visai Ayanwu. At wide receiver, a senior, number 8, Nick Brokenball. Wide receiver, a senior, number 28, Keenan Colburn. Left guard, number 54, senior, Ralph Palazzo. At right guard, a senior, number 56, Seth Hall. At quarterback, number 13, senior, Keith DeFrance. At center, number 55, the sophomore, Ralph Dodd. At end, number 89, senior Joe Hess. At left tackle, a senior, number 77, Sean Newland. At right tackle, number 53, senior Larry Wyman. And at running back, number 32, senior Robert Marshall. Clayton Clipper team. Number 4, junior Tim Monk. At wide receiver, senior number 10, Dennis Wilson. Right tackle, number 75, senior Frank Weichman. Left guard, senior, number 65, Mike Reeves. Left tackle, sophomore, number 56, Will Jones. Right guard, senior, number 53, Steve Cooney. At center, number 50, senior, Jim Bennett. Fullback, number 44, junior Greg Bevan. Tight end, senior number 35, Kevin Kinane. Wide receiver, number 33, senior Brian Savage. And a tailback, senior number 32, Rick Broccolier. Please welcome the rest of the Gloucester City Lions football team.
Where does your oil dealer's oil come from?
Number 32 is Captain Broccolier.
High school football. Today, Channel 5 Storer Cable Communications presents high school football. Today, a South Jersey Group 1 semifinal. The Clippers of Clayton High School against the Lions of Gloucester High School. We're looking at our referee today, Joe Gorman, with the toss of the coin.
Off the ball, back to the huddle immediately. Don't, under any circumstances, talk to the opposing team on any terms at all. Off the ball, back to the huddle. And then I think we're going to have a great game. I read all the write-ups. I know what's going on. Okay, so we got a tail. That's it. And we got a tail. Who's going to talk on this side? Step over here, please. Step right here. I'm going to toss the coin. If I drop it, there's going to be no toss. You understand that? Yes, sir. Call it while it's in the air. Tail. Call the tail. It is a head. You have won the toss. Yes, Mr. Command. Defer. You want to defer. What do you guys want to do? You want the ball. Which goal do you want to defend? You step over here. You step over here.
All right, that's Joe Mulhern, today's referee, with the toss of the coin. You could see it that Keith DeFrance, the captain from Clayton High School, won the toss. They chose to defer. That then gave the next option to Gloucester, who chose to take the win. Clayton, of course, says that they want to receive the football. They'll take the ball. So today's ball game about to get underway. Mike Linder along with Bob Schrock, and we'll take a look at the way these two teams finished in the Tri-County Classic Division. Gloucester, a perfect record, 5-0. They're 8-1 overall. Clayton, following the disastrous 3-loss start, 3-2 in the conference, but then 6 straight victories to finish 6-3 and find themselves in this Group 1 semifinal game. Bob, first game on paper, a blowout. A lot of people say it will not be that way today.
Well, it was 33-8 first time, Mike, for Gloucester defeating Clayton. But a lot of people feel it's going to be a lot closer than that today. And there's Rob Marshall, the most successful running back in the history of South Jersey football, with over 4,300 career yards. Hopefully he'll have another football game after this one, as the winner of this one will play the Woodbury Florence winner next Saturday. Having some trouble with my headset here. So we're ready to go. Definitely a win factor in this football game today. Gloucester will be kicking with a very strong wind coming out of the east. And Clayton will be moving into the wind here in the first period. Jason Chiotti kicks off for Gloucester High. Great crowd on hand for this one. Clayton in the playoffs for the first time. Gloucester for the 5th time. Gloucester looking for its first title also. Dennis Wilson gets it at the 10-yard line. Excuse me, that is Stephen Puglia for Clayton High School. The return by Puglia to the 20-yard line.
Crowd noise so loud, Bob, I'm having difficulty hearing you. I'm sure that'll be straightened out in a second, but Puglia with that run back, one of the toughest kids on the Clayton team. But what we'll be looking for today is whether or not they can spring Marshall loose. They were unable to do that in the opening contest.
Stephen DeFrance, the quarterback for Clayton High School. They run out of the I formation. And the handoff to Marshall quickly, and he is drilled at the line of scrimmage on a great play by Greg Bevan and Frank Weichman. There is the Clayton offense. DeFrance at quarterback, the fullback, Bissy Anua. Robert Marshall, the running back, Keenan Colburn, the tight end, the wide receivers, Joe Hess and Nick Brokenball. And, of course, Clayton, a team that can throw the football very effectively, too. The offensive line, Dye the center, Bompessa and Wyman, Palazzo and Newland across the front. Second down, the pitch to Marshall. Marshall high-stepping down the sideline, has a chance to break it, and is finally hauled down by Joe Farley, but a big gain by Rob Marshall for a first down up to the 45-yard line, and Clayton with the first down of the football game. Now the Gloucester defense, the nose guard, Mike Reeves, the tackle, Will Jones, Frank Weichman, Greg Bevan, and Kevin Kinane, the defensive ends. Cooney and Hancock, the linebackers, Savage and Charles Brockler, the cornerbacks, Farley and Brangan, the safeties. First down and 10, the ball at the 45-yard line. Marshall carrying for the 3rd straight time right up the middle and gets 5 tough yards against that formidable Gloucester defense.
Talking to the Clayton team during the week and the coaching staff particularly, Bob, Marshall said he had something to prove in this ball game. He wanted to run it as often as he could. He didn't care if it was inside or outside. He felt he was embarrassed here in this field early in the year. He wanted to show them what the real Robert Marshall is all about. So far, he's been doing that.
Second down and 5, the ball just short of midfield. Take the handoff to France to throw. Guns it wide open, and Hess, his top receiver. Hess has first down yardage down to the 37-yard line. We talked about the fact that Clayton also has a very strong passing game. And Joe Hess wide open.
Joe Hess, of course, has been the author of 7 touchdowns this year. Watch this excellent faking by DeFrance. They're worried about Marshall, but the defensive halfback dropped 10, 15 yards. Look how deep he was to allow him to make that move to the sideline. Excellent play by DeFrance and by Hess.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line of Gloucester. Clayton moving after taking the opening kickoff. The pitch to Marshall coming left. Marshall is knocked out of bounds by Charles Brockelier.
What a runner this guy has been, a record breaker. Look at this, 1988, he carried the ball but one time in a game against Gloucester, only got 11 yards. But after that, 89, 836, 90 a year ago, 1,619. This season so far, 1886, giving him that 4,352. Some people say the key to him today, Bob, is that he has to get over what will be a 2,000 yard for this season if he's able to get a 200-yard game today.
Second down and 5, 5-yard pickup by Marshall. And the handoff to the fullback, and breaking away from tacklers on the play is Anua. Anua does not get much yardage, only about a yard to the 33-yard line. It'll be third down and 5 for the Clippers. 9:13 to play first period. Clayton driving after taking the opening kickoff.
Well, third down, you know, remember that playoff experience for the coach on the far side, not as a head coach, but coach over there, Jim Barron, in '86, coached with the Paulsboro staff. They may go for that move. Well, they can't now. They're down to 3-point stance. They need 5.
Marshall with the pitch. Marshall has some blocking. Broccolier knocks him out of bounds. He is a load to bring down, and it appears that Marshall very, very close to the first down.
They will go for it here. What do you think, Bob?
Absolutely.
Too strong a wind to punt into. In any event, it is really blowing. It would be blowing straight back at them. They want to be aggressive and try and show that they believe they own the line of scrimmage. Got to come up with the right call. Kostrava, number 82, brings it into the huddle from the sideline. This is a very important play for Clayton. Remember, following that disastrous loss the second week of the year.
Fourth down and 1, the ball at the 28-yard line.
Wonder who's going to carry it.
I would think Mr. Marshall will get the call.
They got the 5. They got the 5. Looked like movement from number 56, Bob, jumping across. Will Jones, the right defensive tackle.
You have a first down. Dead ball. Encroachment here. First down.
Joe Mohern giving us the call. He'll be giving it to us all day.
So Clayton picks up its third first down on this possession. They have first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
It's been an impressive drive so far, Bob. Down to 7:58 to play in this first quarter.
Handoff fake to France, plenty of time, fires it wide open. And the successful catch by Keenan Colburn. Good yardage.
Colburn has a couple of touchdowns this year also. He's been a very effective short receiver. And what they're doing here, they assume, looks like a pretty good game plan. They assume that they're going to be dropping deep on Hess and leaving that area open. Remember, first time they threw to Hess short. The second time they bring the man into the thing here. Here's the difference in the offensive line and defensive line. Not that much of a difference. 6-pound advantage for the Lions from Gloucester.
Ball at the 19, second down and 6 for the Clippers. The pitch to Marshall, and Marshall will go down. The credit Broccolier, Charles Broccolier, with making that play. He shot the gap quickly, turned Marshall back inside. Marshall tripped on the play and lost yardage back to the 21. It'll be third down and 8.
Big crowd here today, Bob. Traditionally, over the 18 years now that the playoffs have been in existence, first-round games have not drawn. That is not the case today. Gloucester making up for any lost revenue on Thanksgiving today. Unfortunately, the money goes to the state.
The France out of the shotgun on third down and 8. Good protection. It breaks down. He runs out of the pocket. Now scrambling for his life. Dumps it out. Intended for Marshall, but incompleted. Good rush that time by Canane and Weichman of Gloucester, forcing DeFrance out of the pocket. So it'll be fourth down and 8, and a critical first period call coming up here for the Clippers of Clayton High.
DeFrance that time missed broken ball. Number 8, who was down in the flat to the right side, right at first down territory, was wide open. Kostrava coming in, replacing broken ball. They may call the same play and tell DeFrance to look for him as he went down and hooked.
Fourth down and 8, the ball at the 21-yard line of Gloucester. DeFrance back to throw, getting a rush, fires it over the middle. It is interference call. This is going to go against Gloucester, and a big break for the Clippers. A great effort by Keenan Colburn, unable to catch it, but it looks like an interference call.
Steve Cooney, number 53, will be whistled for that. Let's see if that is the call. It'll be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at it and see if the interference can be seen here on the replay. DeFrance coming back. He sends Colburn from the right end after a delay on the block. He'll just come across the middle. DeFrance delivers the ball beautifully. And the call is interference.
That was close.
Yeah, that was close.
The ball at about the 11-yard line. It'll be first down for Clayton. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line without scoring. So a big fourth down interference call against the Lions keeps the Clayton drive alive.
5 minutes and 32 seconds. There's going to be a penalty. Late whistles. It should have been dead ball. First game, Gloucester controlled the football. Clayton did not get their offense on the field that frequently, and that game plan by Leon Harris was perfect as Brockelaire ran the ball over 30 times, Bob. This game, it's the other way around, at least in this opening drive, with the Clippers controlling the football.
It'll be first down and 15, the ball at the 16-yard line. Outstanding opening drive by the Clippers, sustained by the fourth down interference call. Clayton changing the formation, the handoff to Marshall. Marshall cutting it back inside, but an outstanding defensive play by Mike, one of the great all-around athletes in South Jersey, Kevin Kinane.
Kinane, a fine basketball player, a big guy, but he can go outside and shoot the three-pointer. Very strong on the boards defensively. Of course, most people know of his play on the world champion Brooklawn American Legion team last summer, and of course, getting more feelers and pretty serious ones for football. This young man is ticketed for Division I play.
Marshall got only 2. It'll be second down and 13. The ball at the 14-yard line. DeFrance to throw, chased again out of the pocket. And he is going to be hauled down. Outstanding pursuit by number 55, John Hancock. Also helping out on the play, Mike Reeves. A big loss back to the 22-yard line, where it'll be third down and 21.
I'll tell you the play they want, and have not run it that frequently all year long, has Clayton, Bob. They've got a lot of room on the right side, a screen in that direction to Marshall. Watch DeFrance, has initially plenty of time. The line obviously did his job. He cannot find anyone open, though, and fortunately, although it looked like he was thinking about just dumping it, goes to the ground.
Third and 21, DeFrance to throw. Goes deep.
Oh, interference, they missed it that time.
Broken pattern.
Whoa.
Miscommunication there between DeFrance and Hess, the intended receiver, so it'll be fourth down and 21.
Bob, that time, Mike Hunter out there, number 14, got into Hess and with the ball in the air, but there was probably 5 or 6 players there. Very hard for the officials to see that one. So they did not get the call, but maybe it evens out because I think most of us up here really weren't convinced the first call was interference.
Fourth down, 21 yards for a first down, 22 yards for a touchdown. Wide receivers to both sides. They fake the draw. DeFrance getting the big rush again. He'll go down. Chased by Kevin Kinane. And the Gloucester defense asserts itself and will get the ball for the offense for the first time. That drive by Clayton consumed 7 minutes and 4 seconds, but resulted in no points, and Gloucester will have the football for the first time.
Well, the Clippers answered one question that they come into this ball game with today, Bob, and that was whether they could move the football against Gloucester. But the bigger question is whether or not they will be able to hold Gloucester, because Gloucester just chewed up yardage against them in the first ball game.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Great defensive series by the Lions. Brockelaire breaking tackle, still on his feet. And finally is hauled down by Nick Brokenball, but a pretty good run by the Gloucester offense. Tim Monk is the junior quarterback, Bevan the fullback, Rick Brockelaire the tailback, Kevin Kinane the tight end, the wide receiver, Savage Wilson, and Farley Savage hurt last week, but still going to try to play today. Along the offensive line, Jim Bennett is the center. The guards are Reeves and Cooney. The tackles, Jones and Weichman. Brockelaire got 7. It's second down and 3. The ball at the 40-yard line. Brockelaire again, and not much doing this time. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's about all. Outstanding defensive play by Clayton. The Clayton defense, Steve Puglia is the nose guard. The tackles, Smith and Newland. The defensive ends, Wyman and McCray. In the Clayton defensive, the linebackers, Collazo and Dye, the cornerbacks Kostrava and Colburn. Broken ball into France are the defensive backs, the safeties for the Clippers. 3rd down and 3 call coming up for the Lions. Broccolier and nowhere. The first stop made by Len Smith, and Gloucester will be forced to punt, so the Clippers doing the job on their first defensive series.
Number 74, Bob, Len Smith has come alive in the last 3 ball games. He was seeing in and out action, but then finally got the call 3 games ago, and he has become a stalwart on that defensive line, balancing Newland on the far side. He's on the right, Newland on the left. They don't want to jump off sides here. Good defensive. Watch them get down to a 3-point, try to draw them.
Joe Farley, real good punter for Gloucester. Gets off a good one with the wind. Broken ball back to the 14-yard line. Broken ball dancing his way, but he will not get very far. And Clayton will start this possession from its own 21-yard line. Good coverage downfield led by Steve Cooney, number 53.
Now what the Clippers want to do, Bob, is they want to run at least 2:25 off this clock, so that if they are forced into a punt, they will be turned around with the wind at their back. This becomes a key set of 3 downs. They don't want 3 and out. They certainly don't want to run out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Marshall, the tailback, leading rusher in the history of South Jersey football. Gets the call, gets the carry, and battles for about 4 yards up to the 25. They will be hard-earned today. Mike Hunter, one of the tacklers for Gloucester High, also in on the play, Will Jones.
It'll be interesting, Bob. See what Leon Harris does if it gets down around the period where the time would run out on the quarter. There's Clayton's schedule, 6-3. The most notable thing, of course, those first 3 ball games, losing the Woodstown 31-30 in a game in which they missed 5 conversions, Bob. Then to Gloucester, the 33-8, and then you can see the way they brought it together with the 6 straight wins.
Marshall with the carry, dancing his way, very little doing, maybe a yard if that, so he's really working for his yards today. Yeah, Mike, those last 4 Clipper wins by a combined score of 144-35. So they have been one of the hottest football teams in South Jersey on offense over the latter part of the season. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Clippers with 1:05 to play in a scoreless first period. NJSIAA Group 1 first-round tournament action at jam-packed Gloucester High. Big crowd on hand.
And some confusion out there on the offense. This will hurt them if they get a penalty, because the clock will stop.
And they get it off. To France to throw, fires it. It is intercepted by Savage. And a big turnover that will give Gloucester possession at the 35-yard line. Savage injured in the Delsey game, and he may be re-injured here, Mike. Savage had been a key defensive player all season long for the Lions. Doubtful that he would play today because of his injury in the Delsey game.
Now, that's a big loss here. I'll tell you what, I question putting the ball up here. 1, because the possibility incomplete, it stops the clock, which is important right now with the win. But 2, because of this, Savage really playing the tip drill well. And then, look, he slides and gets down, and that's when he hurts his knee or ankle again, the leg injury. He would be a big loss in that defensive secondary.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Clayton. Monk back to throw. Has a man open, it's Canay, but overshoots him. Remember, he is throwing with the wind, and Mike, you're a former quarterback. That ball just takes off with the wind this heavy.
Well, they came out before the game, Bob, and they practiced. All their practice was at the end of the field from which they are moving now. So Monk should have been aware of that. Canane, of course, did his best to get open, but they're trying to take advantage of the last few seconds in this first quarter with the strong wind. The left-handed thrower gets it up in the air, and it does start to sail right there. Really gets up a lot higher. Canane had his man, Colburn, beaten. You'd think they'd throw again here, Bob, with 12 seconds in the quarter.
2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. The fullback, Bevan, gets good yardage across the 40 to about the 39 on what should be the final play of the first period. So Clayton dominates possession time in the first period, but no score in this NJSIAA first rounder on the Heritage scoreboard. No score, Gloucester and Clayton. 4 call for Gloucester starting the second period. Mike Linder and Bob Shryack at Gloucester High. Group 1 tournament action semifinals. Brockelier with the handoff, trying to go wide. And does the job. Brockelier close to the first down.
Nice job done, Bob, by the defensive play of McRae, stringing that out. McRae does not have much size, as you may be well aware. He's in there with only around 146 pounds. In fact, there's the big difference. 216 pounds on the average weight of the Clayton middle, or the Gloucester middle five. The Clayton defensive line only 195 pounds, 21-pound advantage. But that's a lot bigger at McRae's end position. And also Puglia's nose guard position, where he only goes around 146.
Ball at the 37-yard line, a big 4th and 1 call coming up for the Lions. Brockelier should have the first down, and that'll be the first down of the football game for this high-powered Gloucester offense, which in recent games has been struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, somewhat surprised at the outcome of their last few games, particularly the last game. I'll tell you what, we saw Delsey during the year. We were shocked, I think, Bob. Even a team that wound up with the wins that they got on the season. 5-3-1 team, but still we thought that Gloucester would have no trouble with them at all as Barron exhorts his troops to tighten it up defensively on the far side.
First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. First down of the game for Gloucester High. Brockelier, and he is pulled down from behind, and an outstanding defensive play by Ralph Dye.
Dye, starting at the linebacker position, shot the gap as he saw the guards pull. They pulled the tackle on the left side and the guard and tried to get behind him with a little counter play, but Dye found the opening and got in there to make the tackle. Good job defensively by the linebacker.
A 236-pound sophomore. He's going to be a good one for the Clippers. Second down and 11, the ball at the 35-yard line, just underway in the second period. No score. Interesting start. Monk to throw. Has a man open, Canane, but fires wide. It'll be 3rd down and 11. I saw that Delsey Gloucester game, Mike, and I was also surprised, but particularly by how much Delsey dominated the game. 17-9 was the final score, but really not that close because the Lions scored late.
Okay, look who's in the ball game now, Bob. At let's see where they put him. Hunter, who of course started the year at quarterback, then got hurt, and the job Monk did when he stepped in. Monk would not let him have his job back this time. Hunter goes as a slot to the right side.
Mike Hunter's field goal kicking has become a key element for this Gloucester team. 3rd and 11 call. They run the draw with Brockelier. Has some room. Hit to the outside, but the good speed of Kane and Colburn prevents an even bigger gain. Brockelier's carry is to the 29-yard line, but it'll be 4th down and about 5 for the Lions.
Take a look at it again. Looks like Brockelier's going to get an awful lot on this draw play. Excellent job. Smith just moved right out of the way, 74, and then the linebacker gets like an inside clip, but it's legal there. Colburn's speed closed the gap, or Brockelier would have had at least 1st down and more.
So another critical call. 4th down and 5. The ball at the 29-yard line. Now they split the backs. Bevan and Brockelier. Monk, fine junior quarterbacks, had a good year throwing the football.
Movement by
Canane on the left side. Canane, who rarely makes a mistake, makes one here, and that'll cost the Lions 5, Mike, and it also might make Leon Harris consider the possibility of trying to punt the Clippers deep here.
Yeah, particularly with the way the Clippers on the first series at least were able to move the football, you'd think maybe he wants them deep. But Canane, interestingly, the tight end that time, Bob, coming up into a blocking position. Whether or not he was going to block for a count and then drive short for the 1st down, or if he was just going to stay in there, showing some respect for the Clayton defensive line, I'm not sure. They're still going with the same formation with the slot to the right side and Canane at tight end on the left.
4th down and 10, the ball at the 34-yard line. .9:56 to play in the half, no score. Brockelier in motion. Monk to throw. Fires it wide open is Wilson. Wilson with the catch. And nearly breaks the tackle of Keith DeFrance, but a big 4th down pass from Monk to Wilson, and the Lions sustain their drive at the Clayton 16-yard line.
All right, Monk and Wilson, that's the name you hear in the public address system, but credit that to Hunter. They both went down. Hunter screened the defensive halfback perfectly. You'll